Welcome back. Been a while, but here we are. We've got a 2018 BMW X3 in for a single stage correction and a coating. You've already seen it's been washed, it's been prepped, it's all decontaminated. I have done a bit of polishing. I've tested out a few pads, found the combo I want. Got a yellow pad, which is what I always use for single stages really. It's just such a versatile pad. Get loads of cut out of it and it really finishes up nicely. And I've gone for the Koch Chemie H9 red compound. Plenty of cut, but again, it finishes up just as well, I think, as the yellow. If it's not a particularly sensitive colour or paint, it finishes up just as well, and it gets pretty much all the swirls out and just leaves some of that heavier stuff behind. But of course, if it's just a single stage, we're not massively bothered about the heavy stuff. We're just getting out the swirls, and if anything really sticks out, then I might whip over it with a microfiber pad just to get rid of it for peace of mind. So yeah, like I said, tested a spot. I've done the roof because it's a pan roof, but of course you've got the bits in front and behind of it that I've just gone over. And now we're on to the bonnet, and then we've got the rest of the car to do. So we're on day one now, and we're going to get started. Let's crack on.
Get down!
So I'll just take you through what's gone on here. So we've polished this section so far, and why I'm starting from the middle and working outwards is because it's quite a large bonnet, it's quite a tall car, and if I'm polishing this area, and I've already polished this area, I'm going to be leaning over it. So although I've got no metal bits on my clothes showing, it's just fabric, there is still going to be some damage there. So what I do is I can lean on the car, lean over it, I can polish this middle section, leaning over the bonnet and over the wing, and then I can polish this bit, and then of course move on to the wing. But just to demonstrate what I've done, as you can see on the light, you see how haze, swirled and dull this area of the paintwork is. And then we'll just move on to this bit. So much more clarity, swirls are gone. Pretty much all of the swirls are gone. Might have to run back through this, but the actual majority of it pretty good. Yeah, and we compare it to this bit down here, jump across. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Let's carry on. Remember that scuff I talked about on the rear bumper? Obviously these heavier bits are still there. I went over it with the sort of the lightest approach I could first, which was just a microfiber pad and some H9 red from Koch Chemie, and it got a lot of the scuff out, but there was still some heavier scratches I thought could be gotten rid of. So I've gone over this now with some 1500 grit and some 2500 grit, and yeah, I mean, you can see it looks pretty terrible because it's just had sandpaper on it. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go back at it with the Koch Chemie and the microfiber pad again, really rip into that and get rid of all those sanding marks, and then we will finish it just like the rest of the car with the yellow pad and the red polish and get it nice and shiny and swirl free. So I've attacked those scuffs. You saw it before and it was covered in sanding marks, and then obviously you saw me go over with the microfiber. I did switch from, this wasn't giving me quite enough cut. They're quite oily, these polishes. I need something a bit more coarse, so I switched to a bit of this. Cartec Diamond Cut 3000, their heaviest cut. And after it being finished up, that's what it's come up like. So not bad if you ask me. We obviously got one sort of scratch running along here, but it's a lot better than it was. Obviously got those big bits where the paint's been removed, but yes, other than that, pretty good. Morning, start of day 2. Yesterday, like I said, we got the roof done, we got the bonnet done. Bonnet was a bit of a pain. Usually bonnets are the most scratched and scuffed up areas on a car. People put things on them, birds land on them, cats climb up them, you name it. People scrub bird poo off them, and also they're getting the majority of the light straight down on them, so you're going to see absolutely everything. So you go through, and a lot of the swirling would go, and you'd be left with these cross-hatch sort of scratches which look like swirls. They're not swirls, but they weren't very appealing to look at, so I in some cases had to go back over areas to try and get rid of those, which I think I've done a pretty good job of. So yeah, there we go. You might pick up the odd scratch up here, a bit more damage. That there isn't swirls, that's where someone's had to go at getting some bird poo or tree sap off. But if we look at the difference between the wing and the bonnet, not bad, I'd say. Now I'm going to start on this driver's side. I'm going to start on the up and overs, so the pillars, the piano black, and of course the roof line, and then the wing mirror, and then we can get on to the actual side itself. We're not far off with the polishing now, so I've got here, this section, and then this section all the way along to do, and we finished. It's a bit of a pain. I'm using the 3-inch for the majority of this section, but it doesn't quite get into this tiny little bit at the bottom here. So as you get the torch on it, you're seeing like fine, and then you get swirls all the way along the very bottom. So I'm having to go in with a 1-inch just along that very bottom band. But other than that, it's absolutely fine. I managed to get away weirdly with the 6-inch on the other side on this, and then just 3-inch to catch any. The 3-inch almost got into this groove at the bottom and caught the little bits, but weirdly on this side it doesn't seem to be working. But it's taking a bit longer, but it's getting the job done, and that's all we're worried about. So yeah, get this finished, and then come tomorrow morning we can get it all panel wiped, final inspection, and then stick some coating down on it, give the interior a quick go over, and then it's all ready for collection. I think the customer's coming to get this one on Saturday or Sunday, so I'll have a good, might even have 2 days to sit here and cure, so absolutely fine. There we have it. Car is fully corrected. Gonna hop on the interior quickly now. Give that a quick once over. It's just nice for the customer to get a car that's, if it's looking pristine on the outside, it should look pristine inside as well. In reality, this car, I haven't had it for long, and it's pretty spotless inside anyway, so we'll just give that a quick going over. And then we can panel wipe. Get the dust off, panel wipe, coat, do the glass, do the tyres, and she can stay in there overnight, cure up, and customer can collect it tomorrow. Happy days. So, there we have it. 3.5 days work. One car coated, all protected, corrected, looking nice and shiny, ready to go back to the customer. Like I said, the customer can't collect it until the following day, but that's all right because it needs 12 hours to cure. And yeah, I think we did all right. Remember, if you like the video, then don't hesitate to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, share this with people who you think might like detailing, get them into the channel. It's getting busier, the business is getting busier, so I'm hoping to get some more content pumped out over these summer months. I'm sure you probably understand, being a small business, being a young business, if there isn't as much, especially big jobs that are worth a video there, then there's no content. So as much as I'm still putting pictures up on Instagram and TikToks and stuff like that, there's not always big jobs like this to film. But hopefully with this coming summer, there will be more stuff to film. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video.
Hey there.